probably slept pretty well after that one.
Yeah, I did actually, yeah. Took a lot out of me last night, it did, emotionally, so got myself home as early as possible and tried to get as much sleep, but of course it's a tough one to come down from. Everyone was on a high last night, and it was a fantastic night for the club.
It could have been, especially at half time, it could have been a really awkward night because there was so much expectation going into it. How much, I guess, in over 12 hours have you reflected on, I guess, the emotional maturity of your team to get the result in it? I guess top quality opposition.
Yeah, I think it's the level we're playing at. I think you've got to hold your nerve. You've got to be brave and bold and back yourself at certain times. And that was certainly the message at half time. There was a couple of moments in the second half where it could have swung either way. You always know the first goal's massive on occasions like that, especially with our fans. I think our performance was a little bit edgy in the first half an hour. I could feel that within the crowd because everyone's desperate for it to go so well. But credit to the players, they stuck to the plan and they came out in the second half with more belief and built on the last 10 minutes of the first half. And I thought we actually managed the game once we got in front ever so well.
In terms of the bigger picture, we talk in Scotland a lot about the coefficient. I think it's been dreadful for the Scottish League over the last 4 or 5 years for both yourselves and Celtic to win last night, and that has not happened probably in I think a decade. The two top teams in Scotland have got great results against top quality opposition. What does it say about maybe this league and the fact how much it's improving, do you think?
Well, I think we've all got to keep trying to work towards making it better, because what you're telling me isn't good enough for the sizes of clubs that are up here. With the history of at Celtic, at Rangers, at Aberdeen, we've all got a responsibility to keep trying to improve that, because as you say, over the last decade it hasn't been good enough, and the clubs the size up here deserve to be in Europe. The fans need it, and that's what we can only focus on what's happening here, and that's what we've all been doing and working ever so hard towards, is to improve, first and foremost getting the respect back in Europe and making people know that we're not going to be a pushover. We're going to fight as hard as we can to earn respect throughout Europe, and we need to continue to do that.
How different a challenge is it then to go to Livingston on Sunday? It's polar opposites, isn't it?
It'll be different. The challenge will be different, but we want the same outcome. Obviously a different competition, but again 3 very important points. Of course, it'll come with different challenges, i.e. the environment, the surface, and the style that we're going to face. But that's my job to try and get the boys ready, get them recovered, and if I feel it's needed, to try and freshen it up in certain places to make sure that we're ready to come out and start the game very well.
Is a big part of switching between those two games the mentality of the players, going from the big European atmosphere to the Tony Macaroni arena?
I think if you're operating in the top positions in this league, I don't think there's a bigger contrast in styles and in levels, if you like, in terms of switching from one competition to the next. That was the biggest probably eye-opener from last season, and one of the biggest lessons we had to learn is to switch your focus pretty quickly, no matter what the result is, whether it's a high or a low. Get over it as quick as you can and move on to the next challenge, and we've done that a lot better so far this season, but again Sunday will be a challenge.
I know it's impossible to stick with the same players from game to game because there is so many games, but do you feel you've benefited in the past few weeks from having that settled back four?
Yes, I do. I think us as a staff, we've made the right decision in terms of when to pull Hollander in. I think it's very important when you come to this league from a technical league that you see the opposition in terms of who you're going to be facing, the style you're going to be facing, individuals you could come up against. The easy thing is to think, we've just spent a certain amount of money on a player, we're all desperate, we all want him to shine from the beginning, let's chuck him in and see how he does. But I think the sensible thing, especially with the quality we've got in that position, was to wait and be patient, and I think you can see the benefits of that now because Phil knows what he's going to be facing from challenge to challenge.
Stephen, you've talked at length about Alfredo and the qualities he brings on the ball, but off the ball we're starting to see real leadership from Cajolian's teammates like he was last night. Does that kind of show just how good a place he's in at the moment?
Yeah, I think I've said it before, I'm not sure which press conference it was. Alfredo's certainly come out of his shell more this season. He's mixing really well with his teammates. He's smiling on a daily basis. He's working ever so hard on different aspects of his game, not just finishing drills, his hold-up play, his pressing. He's really listening to where the team needs him at certain parts of the game. And I think across the board we're playing without ego. Everyone's sacrificing themselves for the team, and Alfredo up there has certainly been the trigger for us to go and hunt the ball down and win it back, and then we're ever so dangerous in the transition, so things are good at the moment.
Stephen Davis has also become a really big player for you in the big games. What are the main qualities that he's bringing to the team at the moment?
Well, I don't think he's really become a big player. I think he's always been a big player. I think if you followed his career as close as I have, he's always been a magnificent player, a very clever player who knows where to be at important times. He's so clever and has a lot of mixture within his passing range, which is good for us, how we want to play. Great professional, great lad to have around the place. I think when he arrived, it was just about trying to be patient, waiting for him to get up to speed in terms of match sharpness and repeating football matches, because that's when your best form comes, and he's certainly in magnificent form at the moment.
You're on a strong run of form at Ibrox, both domestically and in Europe. Why do you think that's become such a fortress for you?
I think the credit needs to be given to the players and the supporters. I think the supporters crack up a wonderful atmosphere there, and I think that's bringing the best out in the players from an individual point of view and also collectively. I said when I come in, it's important that we try and make Ibrox a very difficult place to visit for whoever's coming in. So by doing that, we need to make sure we're organised and we're aggressive, we're on the front foot, and then when we're in possession we try and excite and play some good stuff that people enjoy watching, and I'm really pleased with our home form at the moment, but we don't play there for quite a while now, so we might have to alter or adapt slightly our style in terms of what we need out of these away performances to get the results we want.
It's a short turnaround. How's your squad looking for Sunday? Do you think you make a few changes?
We're okay. We've had a recovery day today away from here, just for a change of scenery, just to freshen it up. I think after a night last night, it's important for everyone to just get a bit of calm today and recover, and really try and tune in and focus on the next challenge. But thankfully we've come out of last night's game without too many big problems. We've got a few little small issues, but I'm confident we'll overcome them by Sunday.
Can you ask about St Mirren's goalkeeper Václav Kladky? You said earlier in the week that Rangers were interested in him. Is that's
just all his agent must be telling him that. I know nothing about that.
In terms of you just mentioned the fact you're going to be away from Ibrox for a few weeks, and it was obviously an international break as well. Do you feel that the players are ready, if necessary, to grind it out between now and the winter break? I mean, the performances and the results have been great, but when you're away from home on a plastic pitch, like you're going to be on Sunday, for example, do you think the mentality of the team now is better perhaps than it would have been 12 months ago to do that?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah, but having said that, we've got to continue it. We've got to accept the challenges that are coming our way, and sometimes our style, we have to adapt it from game to game, because as I say, the games are so different, the contrast is so different. Going away to Livingston, with all due respect, is different to going away to Porto or going away to Ross County or Hearts. So we have to be ready for whatever's coming our way, and we all know if the game pans out pretty similar to the one, I think was it 3 weeks ago, it's going to be a physical challenge. We had to have our physio on for 3 head injuries in the first 20 minutes, so we've got a good idea what's coming our way, and we have to be ready for that challenge.
You've not been in the best form of late, but is it important not to get fooled by that? Because you do seem to be...
Form goes out the window against Rangers, whatever the challenge. Teams can lose 3-4 on the spin, but Rangers coming into time is a different carrot for them. It's I'm not saying teams raise the game, but when an old firm team comes in, you can see the excitement, the crowds are bigger, TV's there. It's a different carrot for opposition players.
Yeah, you got the Sky Plus box set for the game in Anfield, and we're going to miss it.
Yeah, we've We've been on the back of our coach driver actually, because there's something wrong with the Sky feed, and he best have it right for Sunday, because I want to try and catch the second half.
Can't help you with that.
We'll do everything we can to get it on, that's for sure. What a game that'll be.
There's not much between the two teams at all, is there?
Well, there's 6 points. That's a nice lead in terms of where Liverpool are, of course, but I think you can never ever write Manchester City off. With a world-class manager like Pep and the quality they've got throughout the squad, be very foolish to write them off, because on the day they're capable of beating anyone. But at the moment, of course, you'd rather be in Liverpool's position, that's for sure.
Just a quick one on the coefficient. If results continue as they are, no positive results, there's a distinct possibility of 2 teams in the Champions League qualifying from the season after next. How important do you think that could be for the Scottish game if that does come to fruition?
Yeah, I think it'll be fantastic for the Scottish game. I think it's exactly what it needs. But for me, the focus is Feyenoord and going there and trying to get a positive result. I have to worry about the now rather than the future, but it is certainly something that us as a club are going to continue to fight for.